Well, hello again. I am way past due for an update on the Ford Mach E. Actually, I haven't had the Ford Mach E for a number of months now. The first problem related to parking here at the facility that I live at. There wasn't room for the car, so I had to put it in a storage place, one of those used store type things, It seemed perfectly okay. It was over there for a period of about 7 to 10 days, and I finally decided, well, it's time to play with that toy again, get it out, enjoy it. And the minute I started it up, all of the warning lights went off. It was like a Christmas tree in there. The lane departure warning, the front collision warning, the parking sensors, the cruise control, everything was lighting up, even overheating. Didn't know an electric car could overheat, but I guess they try to cool the battery so it can. Anyway, I managed to limp home with the darn thing and had it towed over to the dealership. They diagnosed it pretty quickly, a fairly serious problem. Rodents had gotten into it and eaten the insulation off the wiring, and they had eaten through some of the hoses. It turns out that these hoses and the insulation are made out of a soy-based product, which is a really, really irresistibly tasty snack for the rodents. But it's an irresistibly expensive problem for the car owner. The cost of the repair was estimated at around $5,000, over $5,000. I was really sweating it. Found out, though, that my insurance company with the comprehensive policy would cover the cost except for the deductible. So I was a happy camper. That's when the problem started. Ford started working on the vehicle, and there was a particular part, a critical part they needed that they could not get. And the Mach E sat over at the Ford dealership for 5 months until that part finally showed up. Now, Ford and the dealer were great to deal with. Ford even forgave 2 months of lease payments just to kind of compensate me for the inconvenience. Well, it wasn't really their fault if the rodents got in there. I suppose in a sense you could say it is because they made the thing with the soy-based electrical insulation and hose material. But I don't think that's unique to Ford, and I don't think it's unique to electric cars. I think all the manufacturers are doing that now. In fact, there are some people who have cars here stored at the facility that have had problems with rodents. Well, anyway, I finally got the car back after about 5.5 months. But that's not the end of the story. No, not by a long shot. Stay tuned.
Like I said in a previous video, the Mach E is a nice car. It's a pleasant driving experience. It's peppy. It handles and rides well for what it is. An SUV, mind you, nothing close to a sports car, and nothing about it feels cheap. But in the end, my experience was just too frustrating. Let me ask you this. Do you think cars have human-like personalities? For example, remember the Stephen King novel Christine about an evil car? Now, I don't think my Mach E was evil, but I also don't think it liked me very well. It had these weird glitches that came and went. That huge laptop-size screen in the middle of the car was buggy. You'd come to depend on that huge widescreen tablet, but sometimes it wouldn't come to life till the car had been running for a while. You'd get used to that big backup camera, and then it wouldn't light up. But what really got my goat was charging. One of the main reasons I bought that car is because there's free charging stations where I live. Normal charging may be cheaper than gas, but nothing, my friend, beats free. Except, many times when Mach E was plugged in, I'd get a charging error message on the app. So I'd toddle down to the charging station, unplug and replug the cord, and it would usually finish. Usually, not always. Sometimes I'd get the error message several times during a single charging session. And here's the really annoying part. Other electric vehicles in the community had no problems at all at these charging stations. And the Mach E charging worked perfectly at the Ford dealership or at a commercial facility. So I asked myself, do I want to live for the rest of this car's lease with goofy, intermittent electrical bugs? Now, if I were 20 years younger, I'd probably say yes to that. But the personal odometer reading is really getting up there. It's painful to admit that the number of driving years are counting down, but you have to face reality. I decided to bite the bullet and fork over mumbledy thousands to get out of the lease early and put an end to the electric car adventure. It was an interesting experiment. I'm glad I did it. But I kind of think that EVs are a product whose time has come and gone. At least they have for me. As for cars, yes, there is a new toy in my life. There has been for a while. But that's another story for another time. Meanwhile, thanks for watching and enjoy the ride.